All right, it's November the 4th, 2023. And citizens, I'm bringing you an update on my civil lawsuit and the corruption within the United States District Courthouse. All right, this is the first order that the judge says that I have to pay the $2 and serve these people and then show cause, or he was going to dismiss my civil lawsuit. Okay. We serve these people. This is the first order. We serve these people. We showed you the serving of these defendants on my platform. Okay, then I received another letter after I filed my default judgment that the judge is saying I got to reserve these people again, give them a second chance to answer the complaint and to file the necessary documents before a default judgment. All right. This is after we gave them enough time to file their default judgment. The judge gave on the 20th of June, he told me I had to reserve these people again, and I had 45 days to do it. Okay. And to show proof that I serve all these people. Okay. I contacted the judge in his chambers and spoke to one of his law clerks, and I informed them that I had already submitted the evidence to the clerk of the court, which became an official document once I gave it to the clerk of the court. All 9 of these defendants, summons and affidavit disappeared out of the jacket. Okay? Just disappeared. They're not in the records. Okay, once I filed my default judgment, all of a sudden, all this stuff disappeared out of the jacket. Then this judge sends me this letter, and you got to forget the stain because of coffee. That's coffee stain that fell on the paperwork. Then, once I told the clerk of the court that I was not going to reserve them, I will allow the judge to go ahead and dismiss my case, and I'll take it to the appeals court in Washington, D.C., to the Judicial Ethics Committee, and show the corruption that is taking place in a federal courthouse. Free citizens, once you pass these documents over to the clerk of the court, the chain of command, the chain of evidence is now on the clerk of the court, not on the citizen. Okay? And I have the recording of all of this, but I haven't posted it yet because I want to see what this judge do. Is he corrupt, or is he not doing what he needs to do? Is ask his clerk of the court what happened to these documents. First, it started out where I needed to pay $2 more on a $402 to file this. Once I did that, then they held the summons and the complaints and said that the marshal was going to serve. Go back and look at the recordings, how the clerk of the court, I engaged the clerk of the court to make sure that that's what it was supposed to be. They held it. Then I received this first order saying that I filed a motion for default, a demand for default, because they did not answer, they did not comply with the federal procedures and rules laid down by the legislation. So I filed a default. Then I get this order saying that I got to give them a second chance of serving them again with the summons and the complaint. This is the first order from the judge. When like I said, I contacted the judge, I contacted Baltimore, the person who oversees these courthouses in Maryland, told him I had already done all this and I'm not going to do it again, just dismiss it, and I'll take it to Richmond. I've already known that I'm not going to get fair justice. This has become a racial lawsuit, because if I was white, I wouldn't be going through this at all. If I was the defendant, I wouldn't be going through this. I'll have to pay whatever they asked for because I didn't follow the rules. But he wants me to give them a second chance with this order here a second chance and reserve these people again, and I'm not going to do that. Then when I refuse to do that within the 45 days, I receive this order. This is the third order. And this order is saying, excuse me, because I got them all taped up here in order. Let me take this off so you can see. This order is saying the exact same thing, a show cause order of me not serving these defendants. Okay? And this is saying that according to this 30th day of August, the District Court of Maryland is granting 14 days to show cause why I didn't serve these defendants and then submit the affidavit and the summons to the clerk of the court. And as you see in my recordings, I serve these individuals. Okay? Then I contacted Baltimore again and told them that that's not going to happen. The judge can go ahead and dismiss this, and we can see where he stands. Is he corrupt or not? Okay. Now, 10/17, I received another order. This one in October, saying the same thing. Show cause. That I had 10 days. It is now November the 4th. And I still haven't received a dismissal order, so I can go ahead and file my appeal and go to Pennsylvania Avenue and start this proceeding and to the Bar Association and start getting these people disbarred, because there's a corrupt entity in this courthouse in Greenbelt, Maryland. And the funny thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, this judge right here is a member of the Corporation of Montgomery County. If you go Google his name and you see his credits, he's from Montgomery County. Is he corrupt or not? I'm looking at 4 orders that he said he was going to dismiss this thing, and I'm waiting for him to dismiss it, or he's going to grant me what I asked for. One of the two. You know, not one of these victims or these defendants has submitted anything. He wants me to respond to a motion that this defendant, which was the sergeant who arrested me for traveling on my motorcycle, all I received from him was he had an attorney. What am I supposed to write? A motion saying, okay, he got an attorney. This is a corrupt system we have, you know, and it is time for the people to stand up and say, we're not taking this no more. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to show people it is time to pass out pink slips to people who are corrupt. As I said, this judge here, Google his name, and you'll see he's from Montgomery County, the Corporation of Montgomery County. So I'm pretty sure somebody from Montgomery County reached out to him. Okay? I hate to say it that way, but this has become a racist civil matter now. Because if I was white, this case would have been adjudicated and it would have ran in my favor. But since I'm black, they're going to play games and think I'm going to get tired of this. No, I'm going all the way with it. And I'm going to see people disbarred, and I'm going to see criminal charges pursuant to Title 18, Section 242, violation of civil rights and constitutional rights. The procedures of civil proceedings were written for a reason. I followed them. I implemented them. I did what they told me to do. And now I got 4 orders showing me keep trying to intimidate me to dismiss my case for show cause I didn't serve these people. Okay? And once the judge makes his ruling, I'm going to show you the recording of me handing them to the clerk of the court, her receiving them, stamping them, and then now all of a sudden they're not even in the court jacket, which is a crime in itself, because once you hand these documents to the clerk of the court, they become official documents by law. So tell me, how do 9 summons disappear out of a civil lawsuit at one time? Only reason, they didn't grow legs and walk out. I didn't pay $402 just to fuck around and play games. I didn't record me handing these documents to officials and delegates or agents of these defendants for a reason. And the only way, there's been obstacles been put in my way to try to discourage me from putting this in. I've been arrested numerous times on disorderly conduct for filming by the same defendants and brought into a courtroom of the defendants, adjudicated in a courtroom of the defendants. My liberties were taken away from me by the defendants. And now these judges in the federal court, who are members of the defendants, which should have been a conflict of interest in itself. This individual here is a member of Montgomery County, the corporation. Isn't that a conflict of interest? Under the legal definition it is. But it ain't gonna stop, free people. Not this one. Not this. And as you just saw in New York City, one of my good friends, Eli, the people's guy, just got a court order from an honest judge to have all precincts in New York City remove no filming in the police department. I'm telling you, free people, we got to come together and put a stop to this. In New York, they were saying that you can't film in the police precincts. That is public property owned by the people. And it took an honest federal judge to rule that they have to remove all signs. And now the people can go into the lobby where citizens can go and film. And this is what's going to happen in this case. I'm going to make a statement and start removing these corrupt individuals from office. And as again, I don't know this judge, but I have ran his background. I know he's a part of Montgomery County, is a defendant in my civil lawsuit, and it is a conflict of interest. Something else I will argue in the appeals court if it goes that way. So y'all stand by. More recordings are coming. Right now, I'm not putting up anything until the judge makes a ruling. Is he bringing me into the courtroom so we can discuss this, or is he going to dismiss it and I take it to Richmond, Virginia? I don't care how we do this, but I'm telling you, the next lawsuit is going to be a doozy, because we have some of the judges in Rockville, some of the prosecutors in Rockville going to be sued. And I'm going to see criminal charges and that they be disbarred, because if they don't know the law, they shouldn't be adjudicating law behind the bench. My last one, I think some of you all have seen, where they locked me up in Enterprise for disorderly conduct, and you all saw the officers scheming and plotting to get a disorderly conduct with members of Enterprise. The funny thing about these officers have been moved out of Tacoma Park, and the employees of Enterprise have been shifted to other stores. We know where they are, and we're about to sue them too. Okay, all of them. And we're going to sue the judges. We're going to sue the lawyers, the prosecutors, all of them in the next lawsuit. So get ready. But to the judge, and one more thing. I don't know this judge, so I'm not going to put him out there. He could be getting bad information from his clerk's office. I don't know. But I know there's a cover-up. And I'm going to take it to the next level and present evidence to show that it was a cover-up, because me handing it to the clerk of the court, you can't get no better than a recording of the clerk of the court receiving the affidavits and the summons. Then, to all you bootlickers and ass kissers, Clownville is over. If you all these negative comments and whatever towards me, and they ain't got nothing to do with my platform, you're gonna be removed off my comment. I don't even want to, go somewhere else and play them games with somebody else. I'm done playing games with you. Stupidity, you can't change an ignorant individual. So that's what I'm saying. Another thing, in my last recording, some of you all saw the recording where Tacoma Park was in Prince George's County, searching a man's vehicle. Google everything I tell you, and you will see the law. Don't take my word for it. Google it and research yourself. That's what my platform is about, to start educating you, to start looking up stuff for yourself. Don't even take my word for it, okay? But one thing I'm going to tell you people in the United States, our country has gone in the wrong direction. And it is up to the people to put it back on track. In Prince George's County, we got people clocking in and doing security work in the people's car. I heard somebody say, what is double dipping? Double dipping is this. You clock in and get in with the people's uniform on. You get in the people's cruiser, and then you're wearing the gassing up the people's with people's gas. And then you go sit in front of a corporation doing security work for 4 or 5 hours until you get a 911 call, and then you zip over there and come back. That's double dipping and extorting on the taxpayers. It should be illegal for an individual to use public property, which is that cruiser, that uniform, and burning up the people's gas to do business for a corporation or a big business. It should be a law that can't happen. The gentlemen that own these security companies, they're police officers. So they're double dipping with the taxpayer's car. If they want to open up a security company, they go out and buy cruisers or cars with their logos on it, or what, like other security companies do. But don't use the people's car or uniform, because you're monopolizing the security business, and security companies should have a problem with that. You're using law enforcement to secure business where regular security people and security companies can have those contracts. Double dipping on the taxpayers and security companies and free pumping people, you all should be upset behind that. That's the same thing about these food trucks and all this illegal stuff going on. You got black people who own food trucks, and you enforce laws on them. Why you're not enforcing them on the people who are running these food trucks now? It needs to stop, and we're going to put you out there and on blast of not doing your job. You can sit here and try to blow smoke all you want to. I'm coming to the free people and the tax people, and you make up your mind if you're going to allow this or not. You go to work every day and work hard. They just raised the taxes in Maryland. Why? For this foolishness. Burning up gas, using our uniforms to secure big business and corporations. You all stand by. Oh, one more thing. We went back around where off of Chillum Road and Eastern Avenue, where the young man lost his life. The detectives and the police put up pictures in the stores or whatever, and they put up a billboard to contact what they call it, case solver. They offered a $25,000 reward pertaining to the shooting of the young man. And if you contact, what do they call that? case solver, crime solver, or some whatever they call that, where you give information anonymous, give them a call. And if you don't know the number, go around to some of the stores around that area. They got his picture posted in the windows. Get the number and whatever. If I get a chance to go back down there, I'm gonna pull the number and I'm gonna put it on one of my platforms. But if you know anything about the shooting, give them a call, help them out. Because look, the man needs justice. Who shot him, I don't know, but somebody may know. It's a family member. It was a human being. You would want to know who shot your family member if it happened. So we got to stand together and put a stop to this foolishness out here. We're fighting and killing the wrong people and going after the wrong people. All life matters, you know. So if it don't matter, then this ain't for you. But if you think it matters, I'm talking to you. All life matters. So give them a call if you got some information about it. You know, and it is time we come together. Free people. I'm not talking to these bootlickers asking, because like I said, you can't change a fool. He gonna always be a fool. You know, ignorant to the fact until he die. So, and then he wonder why he's sitting up in hell somewhere. But it is time we come together, educate yourselves, and change this country. Because we're going down the wrong road. All right, y'all stand by. I'm going to let y'all know we got some old recordings coming out. And you're going to be surprised of these other recordings that's coming out. Some of this stuff, I'm just learning this YouTube stuff. So I got somebody teaching me how to do it. They just told me I can go live now. And I'm going to start bringing you some live stuff off the bat. You know, so stand by. I got more people who are joining and coming out. They sit in the shadows. I don't want them out in the open yet because I don't want, you know, what I go through on them, because everybody can't do what I do. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not pressing people, but what I do tell you this is record your government officials and law enforcement, because you may save somebody's life one day. When you see them berries and cherries out there, pull over to the side or just pull your camera out and record. And you can send them to my email address, NOJnews1@gmail.com, and I'll put it on my platform. You're not anonymous. You ain't got to tell me who you is. I'll put it out there for you. You know, it is time we put a stop to this, y'all, and hold people accountable for it. Take this immunity away from them, because we got some good law enforcement people out there, but to keep their jobs, they're not going to go against their employees, and which I understand. But we got some good police officers out there, honorable, respectable. If they lock you up, they ain't going to beat you up. They're going to put the handcuffs on you, go do the paperwork, and let you go through the system. All that extra shit, they ain't about that. You know? I got another one where I told you about a detective who locked up 2 young men who didn't even commit a crime. You know, it's coming. I just want to make sure that everything is in order when I put that out there. So stand by, y'all. 2024 going to be the year, y'all. And we're going buck wild on government officials, or putting the corrupt ones out there suing and getting rid of people. So y'all stand by. But again, this is just an update on what's going on in my lawsuit. We have not received anything from the judge. He gave me 10 days. As you see, where is that one at? Where he gave me? Right here. He gave me 10 days to respond. I didn't respond. We're at November. This was October the 17th. We had November the 4th. I didn't respond, so I'm looking for him to dismiss or make a ruling or bring me into his courtroom so we can settle this. I don't care how we do it. You know, the law is the law. The rules are the rules, and I followed them. So it's up to the judge now. I can kick it. I'm kick it up to Richmond, Virginia. Let them rule on it, and then we can take it up to the highest court. You know, I've been on Capitol Hill. I told them about my YouTube channel. I got eyes on Capitol Hill now watching, but I'm gonna go back up there and I'm gonna show them other documents that I want them to see. But I give everybody a fair shake. You saw me serving these defendants or agents or officers in their organization. Now, the last one is me giving it to the clerk of the court. And I'm waiting to see if this is a corrupt judge or not. So far, to me, he is, because he should have rescinded himself from this situation because he's a member of Montgomery County. So Google him if you don't believe me. A conflict of interest. In my eyes, this judge should have recused himself from this case. But y'all stand by. More to come. And then next month, which is December, we file our next lawsuit against Enterprise, some judges, some prosecutors, and all over again. We're going back against Montgomery County again, Tacoma Park. All y'all finna get sued again. Enterprise. So stand by, y'all.